In this video, you can learn the important things that are common to all the care activities. Safety means that being no danger. Relief means that feeling peaceful. Ease means that you have no distress in the body. Comfort means that you feel good or relaxed. These are the important elements that you always have to care about in nursing. Grooming. Grooming differs caregiver's impression. Be thoughtful of grooming that can give a favorable impression or unease. 3 points: clean feeling, mobility, and safety are important. The clothes that is clean and easy to move in can assure safety for care users and caregivers. Accessories can be dangerous when you work by the care users. A caregiver who ties long hair has to be careful. Open-toe, open-heeled, or high-heeled shoes can assure safety for care user and caregivers. Untidy beard can't only give you a clean feeling, but also can give discomfort to care users because it can touch to care users' skin while nursing. Dirty working clothes or shoes give care users bad impression, therefore they can't take nursing at ease. If caregivers wear a watch, it may feel dirty, because with it they can wash their wrist. Consideration for care users. Privacy. When you listen to care users' private episodes or when you care for their evacuation, they sometimes don't want to be heard or seen by their surroundings. In this case, you have to think about care users' feeling, and you should close the window or door if needed. Consideration for care users. Attitude. Caregivers' impression largely differs by the way of communication. Communication is greatly influenced by not only the words, but also an attitude, a facial expression, and a tone of voice. Some users who live in not a familiar home, but a nursing facility, or who had dementia feel, may have anxious feeling. You should think about the way of communication that can give unease to users. Consideration for care users. Facial expression. Basically, you should show your smile. You may get angry or sad, but you mustn't show impassive expression because it indicates unconcern. When you meet eyes with users, you should lift a comma or mouth and eyebrows to give a sign that you've accepted them. Consideration for care users. Listening. Listen carefully to users. In Japan, bending an ear to a person talking with honest to listen to them is called listening. First, you should listen to users talking carefully, and then give a lot of signs that you listen to them with interest. Therefore, users can talk at ease. Consideration for care users. Honorific language. In Japan, there are 2 kinds of language. One is casual language that you use when you talk frankly with their friends, and the other is honorific language that you use to show respect to someone. You always should use honorific language to show respect to the seniors of your life. Use no technical words, but easy words for users to understand. To the users who can't speak, in the same way, use the easy words and talk to them with honorific language. Consideration for environment. Temperature. Caregivers tend to feel hot because they usually move their own body, and users tend to feel cold at the same temperature. because they usually lie down or sit down. It's necessary at all times to think about the comfortable temperature for users. Consideration for environment, sound. Some users feel distressed to hear the sound the roommates or caregivers make. Please be careful to keep users from feeling distressed to hear the sound of people snoring, machines working, or caregivers' footsteps. Consideration for environment, brightness. It's important for us to adjust brightness in order to keep the body rhythm for 24 hours. Adjust the sunlight and electric lights well to keep the user's life rhythm. Consideration for environment, smell. Smells can be from user's meal, excrements, or sickness. It's necessary to take measures so as not to make other users feel distressed and not to make a user who has the cause of that smell feel uncomfortable. Consideration for environment, manners. In Japan, people are taught to put their shoes neatly together from an early age. Put together them every time you see their shoes. Bed is living space for users. When you see an unmade bed, you have to fix it soon. At the bedside, you communicated with the users being careful not to knees on the dirty floor. Caregivers usually should not sit down on the user's bed.
No.
Keeping safe, body mechanics. There is a safe and efficient way of action considering the shape and mobility of human bones and muscles. This is called body mechanics. In this part, it's going to introduce the nursing of standing up. Keep your legs to shoulder width and keep the center of gravity lower. Bring the user and caregiver center of gravity closer together. Assist an user in stay close to natural movement so that an user's head draw an arc. It's a basic that you keep a legs to shoulder width and the center of gravity lower. Keeping safe. Nursing for turning over. It's difficult for caregivers to place users toward to inner space, and users feel uneasy and distressed because they take nursing from behind. Users feel distressed when they are grabbed by their arms suddenly or when a surface caregiver touches small. Touch on the big surface and hold to joint possibly from below gently. Supporting for independence. Caregivers assist users' daily lives that they hope. Caregivers make use of users' own powers. Don't force caregivers' ideas on users. It's also important to assist users so that they can choose something by themselves. Treatment to abnormal physical condition. When you see users in a bad condition, you should call other staffs in a loud voice whether leaving that place. What's the matter with you? Mrs. Yoshino won't open her eyes. Please call the ambulance. I got it. I will from now, and I'll bring other staffs here. Never leave the place until other staffs come. Treatment after that should be done together with other staffs in compilation.